Every math teacher knows the moment. You write a new topic, turn to the class, and hear, why do we need to learn this? Answering that question starts with a shift in how we introduce new material, connecting abstract concepts to a student's immediate world. We accomplish this through a 4-step framework called the Real Life Math Project. It turns standard exam topics into personalized, student-driven scenarios. By following these steps, you can move away from repetitive textbook drills and replace them with projects that build both student engagement and a deeper understanding of exam-level math. Step 1 is selecting your project theme. To be effective, the scenario must match the specific interests and psychological development of your grade level. This matrix outlines target areas. For grades 5 through 7, focus on family concepts like budgeting or taxes. For grades 8 and 9, shift to personal autonomy, like home renovations or mobile plans. For high schoolers, use adult scenarios, like career crises or loan interest. Matching the math to their current stage of life is critical. A scenario only works if the student recognizes it as a problem they might actually face. Step 2 is the personal data prompt. Instead of giving them numbers to process, make them go out and find the data themselves. This might mean measuring their actual bedroom, looking up live airline ticket prices, or sourcing the cadastral plan of a family summer house. This layout compares 2 approaches. The traditional textbook problem on the left is abstract and static. The project prompt on the right requires the student to interact with their own environment to solve a real-world calculation. When the data belongs to the student, the math stops being a detached chore. They aren't just calculating for a grade. They're solving problems for their home or future plans. Sourcing their own numbers gives students ownership, transforming the math assignment into a deeply personal objective. In Step 3, organize the class into expert groups. Each group is formed around the specific type of data they gathered. Your classroom becomes a series of specialized units. You'll have homeowners doing tile and flooring calculations, while your tech analysts compare smartphone rates. For older students, you can introduce a 20-minute career case to simulate the intensity of a professional environment. Give these groups intentionally incomplete or flawed data, like a fire evacuation plan with errors or a medical history missing vital statistics. They have to identify the problems and adapt their calculations on the fly. This forces students to understand that math is a decision-making tool. In professional settings, accurate calculations determine how we respond when money or safety is at risk. Finally, Step 4 introduces peer-to-peer teaching. Here, you step back and allow the students to lead. One group presents their specific data and the math problems they built from it to another group, explaining their process along the way. Because these students built the parameters themselves, they have become absolute experts on that specific logic. This chart shows how a dense, intimidating exam question from the OGE or EGE can be broken down. By highlighting the core data points, the text rearranges into a logical flowchart. The peer teaching process prepares students for this specific challenge. When they see a complex word problem, they understand how to deconstruct it. They don't see an overwhelming block of text as an obstacle. Instead, they recognize the same scaffolding and logic they just used in their own classroom projects. By teaching these scenarios to one another, students develop the pattern recognition needed to approach dense, standardized test questions as manageable, logical tasks. That is the framework. Select the topic, personalize the data, organize expert groups, and let the students teach each other. You've shifted from memorizing formulas to applying math to family budgets and professional career simulations. This approach helps math transition from a separate academic requirement into a fully integrated tool for navigating the real world. Pick one topic from our matrix today and start the data gathering step with your class tomorrow. When students realize they are solving problems for their own lives, their engagement and their understanding will naturally follow.